Still spotted it, and of course Scatterett has the pace, like Alison Miller, the winger. A lot of pace, good finish.
So the conversion attempts with the right foot straight in front of the post. You don't miss those. 7 points to nil. Brazil off to a flyer, and that'll do their confidence a world of good, because as I said yesterday was a bit of a horror show for them, if we're being honest. And Ireland were favourites coming in. I mean, the form book here torn up really since the opening match yesterday, so you just can't predict anything with any degree of certainty in a sevens tournament.
Exactly right. There's no point trying to predict these matches. The first 3 games yesterday set the tone. This could go either way, and a brilliant start from Brazil, just what they needed after such a poor day yesterday.
So Ireland trying to feel their way back into it, but again the knock-on and the mistake from Galvin. I tell you, her handling should be top drawer, a former County Kerry footballer, but on that occasion just took her eye off it at the crucial stage. The pressure from Brazil, I think, just taking her mind off the ball.
Yeah, the pressure, the heat, the first time being in this sort of situation in a tournament like this, all those little things add up, don't they?
Santini's going to feed the scrum. Little pocket rocket from Brazil, as I mentioned in the warm-up, looking for the crossfield kick. Now this is something Brazil have done more than any other team, kick the ball away. That's to Alison Miller. She turns, she hands off, and off she goes. Alison Miller from County Laois over the halfway line. Brilliant tackle to get back. She wasn't really in full flow, but I tell you, I don't think she was expecting that tackle, and well to hang on. Off their feet though, clearing out, and Brazil get possession back.
Very, very good tackle that against Alison Miller. It was a poor decision to kick, or certainly poor execution of kick to her in that situation. And with the pace that she's got, you'd think she'd be away, but we just said Scatterett has pace equal to that of Alison Miller. Managed to catch her up and got the fly half out of trouble.
One thing that stood out yesterday, the opening game for Ireland against the United States, was how committed they were from the opening kick in the game. They just seemed to be almost feeling their way into this match. They're not quite at 100% yet.
Yeah, that's right. Brazil have played more matches like this, of course. They were in the World Series last year, so it's a test for Ireland, getting themselves up to speed as quickly as possible.
Beautiful line out. Brazil break down the blind side, looking for the pop pass on the inside. Ireland aren't going to get there. Is it going to be a try for Campos? She's in the corner, and a blitz of a start for Brazil. Ireland just can't believe what's happening at the moment. They're 2 tries down, and then Luisa Campos into the corner for her 5th try in the 7 series.
Lovely combinations, wasn't it? First of all, a really good take at the line out. Then the Irish defence isn't paying attention, so she makes the break down the outside. The offload to Campos. Ashley Baxter can't quite catch her. A despairing dive coming up. Lovely, lovely finish. Ireland just need to get their hands on the ball. It's not as if they've had much possession. There's no need to panic. We've seen time after time teams coming back from a couple of tries down, so Ireland must just keep their heads, get the ball and play their rugby.
Penny, for your thoughts, Anthony Eddy, as he looks on and sees his team 12 points down inside the first 5.5 minutes or so. I mean, a feature for Brazil yesterday was the difficulty they were having from the set piece, and particularly the line out with the underarm throw. They just didn't seem to know what they were about. That was a beautiful training ground move there, and Ireland still struggling to hang on to that ball. Audrey O'Flynn back to Lucy Mulhall, the captain for Ireland. Can she inspire something? Here's Galvin. We know she's quick. Looks at a run on the outside, but Brazil tackling has been impressive so far. Mulhall again. Ireland crash up the middle through Audrey O'Flynn. Again, it's a little bit slow to come back, and Brazil equal to everything that Ireland throw at them. With a minute left to go, and they get the penalty for not releasing Ireland on the ground. Quick tap and go, and off they go. Querent hooks to feed. Carullo, will she get the pass away? She does eventually. Scatterett. Santini drifts across the field. Santini still going. She almost ran into her own player. Ireland not tackling, and Santini bursting for the line. What an individual try! That is incredible stuff. She ran all the way across the pitch and kept going. The pocket rocket for Brazil gets in for try number 3. Incredible.
Lovely running from Edna Santini. We've seen that so many times before. A little inexperience from Ireland. When a player's running sideways like that, just get up in their face and hit them. You can't just hang off, hang off, hang off. In the end, one missed tackle is all it takes, because there's no defenders left. Lovely finish from Santini, but you can see the inexperience in the Irish team, both not getting up in defence, but also at the breakdown where they're not getting clean ball, not getting quick ball.
Well, it was not the start that Ireland would have wanted. Certainly Brazil will be the happier of the two teams. And a very comfortable lead, you have to say, for Brazil. Ireland yet to strike a blow in anger. Ireland 0, Brazil 17, second half coming up.
Okay, a couple of things technically. First of all, they're trying to pull you to the ground. Okay, so they're trying to tackle, so they're not tackling low. You need to be strong and fight, which means our second girl needs to latch onto you until you go to ground.
A gente tem que ser forte lutando em cima, e a segunda tem que colar na que tá com a bola e é só ir pro chão.
Because they're counter-rucking a lot, the numbers are wide. So attack with their running length, attack, turn their body, look for the cue, and then send it and go wide.
Porque elas estão contra-ranqueando muito, botando muitas pessoas perto do ranking, o espaço tá fora. Então abre a bola, tira do ponto de pressão, espera elas virarem o quadril e solta a bola pra quem
Now
tá
they're
fora.
over-chasing in their defense, which means don't be scared to pull out, don't just send it back and attack hard the opposite side. You don't have to take it one.
Elas estão percebendo muito a que tá com a bola, então não tem medo de dar uma acelerada e voltar pro lado que anterior, porque elas estão passando e correndo.
Okay, now couple on systems. If you take contact midfield, that middle girl, the third girl, has to taxi hard. Okay, don't just pass.
If you want to know what's going on with the Sevens this year,
stop by the Watson stand. Now kick off. I want it deep, I want to put them
And get your
in their
program,
half, okay?
a copy of
Put
the
them in half, be
December issue
patient,
of
no
Watson.
penalties, good defence.
All things Rugby 7 in there, everything you need to know about this weekend. And we'll head back to the second half between Ireland and Brazil.
So instructions from Chris Neal. A little bit of a help from the translator, of course, but you heard there he wants to put Ireland under pressure again from this restart, put it deep and make them play the ball from inside their own 22.
Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Ireland have struggled to play the ball out of their own half of the pitch, let alone 22, so why not kick it down there, push up hard in defence, which is what Brazil have been doing very, very well so far. Ireland really struggling at the breakdown, all of these crossover athletes not quite got the breakdown skills honed yet.
Well, I suppose if you're not familiar with Gaelic football, I mean, it's all about utilising space, the vision and skill level to pull that off, but the contact area is not something that they will be overly familiar with. Obviously, they've had to get used to it playing the Sevens over the last few months, but it's not something that will come naturally from a Gaelic Games background, and maybe that's where Brazil feel they have the edge. Ireland, though, they've got 7 minutes to get something back here, and by no means is this game over. We've seen teams come back from 17 points before, but you feel they need a good start, and they get a driving run from Megan Williams as far as the 10-metre line. Still there, Brazil putting pressure on again at the breakdown, as they did in the first half. Ireland get the penalty this time, wasting no time over the halfway line. Williams again needs a bit of help. Again, look at that for a counter up from Brazil, dropping the shoulder, and that's brilliant.
Yeah, breakdown again, isn't it? It's not often we say that Brazil are the team that's going to get the better of the breakdown, but they are far more experienced in that area than Ireland.
Megan Williams just getting isolated there. No help and support to clear out again. Kick and chase tactics from Brazil. Back goes Audrey O'Flynn. Where's this one going to bounce? He got pressure breathing down her neck in the form of Carullo. Is it going to bounce over the line? Just short. She needs help, O'Flynn. Ireland have Mulhall back there, steadying the ship, and they're going to run it from their own line. Lucy Mulhall, the captain, trying to shock the first tackle, but again, it's Ireland picking and going without looking for support. Ali Miller there, 3-on-1 here if they spread this ball now. Chance to go. There's the pass into contact, and a big tackle went in there on Ashley Baxter. Mulhall once more, decent pass from her, shipped on this time from Keohan. That was high. Referee gives the penalty, play on. Mulhall once more, better from Ireland. Overlap out wide now if they can use this. Chance for Galvin, pops it up. More in hope than anything else, and Brazil had just enough numbers there. It went forward, and again, the attack will come to nothing.
Yeah, Ireland there just struggled to get support to Louise Galvin. We've said a few times, you know, they don't have much recent experience with the World Series. They're starting to struggle for fitness now. The break's made here, and all she needs is somebody right on her shoulder. There's nobody there, nobody at home. Finally manages just to get there, Audrey O'Flynn, but it's a little bit too late.
So a couple of substitutions. Sene Nupu Fanene, married to George Nupu, the Connacht rugby player, comes in, and Katie Fitzhenry is also on for Ireland, so some fresh legs. And on for Brazil comes Bianca Silva, the 17-year-old who marked her debut yesterday with a try. She goes straight on to the wing, long legs, a nice kick and an injection of acceleration as well from her. If you put her into space, it'll be exciting to see what she can do.
Yeah, she looks like a real find for Chris Neal, the Brazil coach, doesn't she? A real match for Alison Miller out there, out wide.
Yeah, this should be a fascinating battle. Youth versus experience as Brazil retain possession and they work the blind side again. This has been a tactic since the first whistle. Santini with that brilliant try towards the end of the half looks for a bit of space and she finds her teammate on the outside. Araujo is on off the bench as well. Not happy to give it to Silva now. Can Ireland pounce on a mistake here? Pops up nicely into the hands of Fitzhenry. Can they take advantage of this one? Pick and go there from Baxter. She's got strength and she's 5 metres short. Options now, left and right. Fitzhenry struggling to get it back. Ireland will get the scrum, but they are running out of time.
They are running out of time, and very good work from Brazil at the breakdown, slowing the Ireland ball. They're just competing at the breakdown, so they can't get quick ball, which is what they've struggled with Ireland all match. But their best attacking position, without a doubt, of the game. Now is the time to get on the scoreboard. The score now, there's still time to get a couple more tries.
But I'm just looking at Bianca Silva. We mentioned she's quick. She's not physically developed to the same stature of other players in the sevens. Alison Miller will fancy her chances here in terms of a handoff, maybe, if she can get this ball. They've got to win the scrum first. Slow coming back, Ireland get the penalty. Got to get on with it quickly, right from the mark. Mulhall wants to go herself, little pop pass to Galvin, she's down. Ireland have a response finally, they're off the mark. 17-5, is there enough time left, Sue?
There certainly is enough time left. 3.5 minutes is plenty of time to score a couple of tries in seven, so they need a really good kick-off. Ireland here to put the pressure on, and Brazil will be feeling the pressure. Lovely line from Galvin, wasn't it? She didn't have very far to go, just needed to get over the line, and then they took the kick very, very quickly, speeding the game up Ireland, which is exactly what they have to do now. Those lungs will be bursting. There's only 3 more minutes of effort.
Comes down to desire for Ireland, really, and for Brazil it's just about composure now, because 2 tries and Ireland are right back in this game. Alison Miller comes off again. She wants to get off as quickly as possible because every second counts. There's less than 3 minutes now. It's taken a good minute between scoring the try and the conversion to restart there, and Brazil are away again. Pace over the halfway line. I don't think they're going to catch her. A brilliant run down from Mulbauer. Ireland caught asleep again from the restart, and Brazil touchdown. That surely is the game-winning try. Mulbauer, brilliant stuff.
A little celebration from Mulbauer. That was a long run in at this stage in a semi-final, but it was a little bit disorganised from Ireland at the kickoff. Nobody covering this blind side, and she just pins her ears back and goes 60-70 metres. That will feel a very long way.
Well, a half chance, and she takes it with both hands. The conversion attempt is successful from Cookhan, so that means that Brazil really are in control. Too much for Ireland to come back now with just over 90 seconds left to play. And really, Brazil have stunned the Irish here. There's no other way to put it.
They started so well, didn't they? It all came from the start, and then on top of that, the breakdown. Brazil have just dominated the breakdown. As we say, you don't say that very often, but in this game, with their inexperience at the breakdown, Brazil have had the better, had much, much quicker ball, which has made all the difference.
This one goes long into the Irish 22. Galvin, Ireland's try to score back there again. She just can't handle it. That is the story of Ireland's game so far. It's just mistakes, as you mentioned, blown out of the breakdown, but those handling errors as well, they won't want to see videos back of that.
No, it feels like a game too far for Ireland. They had such a tough draw yesterday. USA, Canada, Fiji, you know, games like that take a lot out of you as a team, and especially one as inexperienced as this. No, that they've done very, very well. Their first tournament back after being out for a year. Loads of players who've not played before.
Santini tried to go blind herself. She's pretty well marshalled, but the pick-up off the back isn't, and it's going to be a stroll for Juliana Menezes. She just about gets there. Just about. Well, I almost spoke too soon there, but it is a try for Menezes. And 30 seconds to go. Brazil edge their way towards 30 points.
So, yeah, just probably shouldn't have been given that one. Feet were out before the ball was grounded. It doesn't make a slightest bit of difference to the result here. Again, a little bit of inexperience from Ireland, not guarding that blind side of Menezes. Took advantage of it.
Well, this has been a steep learning curve for Ireland. No other way to put it, but huge credit to Brazil as the hooter sounds and the conversion is going to drift to the right and wide. It doesn't matter though.